Hello everybody and welcome to my first YouTube video. This took me a very long time to make and I'm very happy to have been able to get this out. Now I do apologize for the mic quality. It sounds a little robotic. I don't really exactly know how to fix it, so I do apologize for that. It's a very nerve-wracking venture to find out how to edit and record audio, but I eventually got that all figured out. Mostly. Anyway, onto the actual contents of the video. About a month ago, I set a couple polls up on my Instagram to give me a character and 9 styles to draw them in. Alucard of Hellsing being the winner, and 9 styles of varying difficulty for him to be drawn in. That being said, I did enjoy making most of these, and it was a good way to exercise my ability and range to draw in different styles. But enough of me blabbering. Without wasting any more time, let's get on to the first style. Dragon Ball Z. More specifically in the style of Minoru Maeda. Dragon Ball is the only style featured in this video that I've attempted to draw in and is ironically my least favorite drawing in this video. This is probably the drawing that took me the longest to complete, me going through many different versions before finally settling. The glasses were the bane of my existence in this drawing, with me originally trying to draw Alucard's glasses in a style akin more to King Kai's, but after not being able to get that to work, I instead opted for more traditional looking glasses seen throughout the series, like on Master Roshi. With that said, I believe the drawing is done, so let's take a look at the finished piece. All in all, this drawing gave me much stress and discomfort, but luckily that is not the case for the next few. Berserk. I love Berserk. My friend got me into reading it a while back, and I've been loving it so far, so I was excited to tackle this style, and I think it turned out pretty well. Though in this particular instance, I'm not trying to replicate the manga style, but the 90s animes. I had a lot more fun with this one, only going through about 2 drafts before finally settling. That being said, I think this drawing is done, so let's see the finished piece. And that's it, the style of Berserk 90s anime is done. I really like this one. It's not my favorite of the drawings I've did, but I really liked how it turned out. Anyway, let's get on to the next one. Devilman. I was really excited to tackle this one. Devilman Crybaby is my favorite anime next to Eva. Though I particularly love the anime, I'm tackling the manga style in this one, since the manga styles the demons in a more crazy and rough way as I thought lended itself better to Alucard's more vampiric and monstrous side. This one was just pure fun to work on, getting to go all out on the detail and the gnarliness of this dude. I'd say this is one of my favorite artworks from this entire venture. But with that being said, I believe this piece is done, so let's see how it looks. And with that, the style of the Devilman manga is done. I really like this one. I think I captured the manga's essence and style pretty well. But with that said, I think it's on to the next one. Trigon. Now, Trigon is probably my favorite drawing I did for this challenge. This is the point where I decided to go for different angles when sketching these pieces, besides from the straight-on front view. Now, on the start, you can see I did originally try to keep that trend of front-on view, but after I just couldn't get something I wanted, I decided to just go ahead and do the 3/4. This challenge really helped me experiment with the brushes I used to get that more authentic anime feel and make it more accurate to the style I was trying to draw. I got really comfortable drawing in Trigon style, and it was really fun to do. And with that, I believe this style is done, so let's get on to the finished piece. And the style of Trigon is complete. I really enjoy working on this one. The colors in particular are really fun to implement. But with that, this piece is done, so let's get on to the piece that I dreaded the most. Vagabond. Next up is Vagabond, and when I first started this challenge, this was easily the most intimidating style and I was frankly scared to tackle it. Upon attempting, it wasn't so bad. I actually ended up having quite a bit of fun with this one. Now at first, due to an interesting comment from a friend, I decided to stray away from the basic Alucard design seen through most of the series and instead opted for a design used near the end with more traditional armor and one that I feel fits Vagabond more. Now in the end, I ended up just making 2 versions, the one with the more traditional Alucard getup you will see at the end. But I believe this drawing is done, so let's see how it looks like finished. And this is it. This is Alucard in the style of Vagabond. I really like this one. But this drawing's done, so let's get on to the next drawing. Lupin III. Next up is Lupin III. I love Lupin III's style. It's a show I've been really meaning to watch recently, and it was super fun to do. This took me close to the shortest time to complete compared to the rest. The very round and simplistic style was really fun to work with, and it was a very nice change of pace from working with Vagabond. But yeah, I don't really know what else I could say about this one. This was a very fun one to do, didn't take me that long, and was pretty stressless. But I think this drawing is done, so let's see what it looks like in full color and finished. And here you have it. This is Alucard in the style of Lupin III. It's very fun, but we're getting close to the end, so let's tackle the final three. Pokemon. Next up is Pokemon. This is probably my second favorite piece I did for this challenge. When drawing in the Pokemon style, I specifically tried to replicate the art seen in some of the Art for the Red and Blue games. This one in particular was different from the rest, and the main color I placed was using watercolor brush, to closer imitate that old style. The very heavy presence of white used in some of the old art for Pokemon was very fun to try and apply to the artwork. I always enjoyed this art style used for Pokemon, so this was very fun to tackle. That being said, I believe this drawing is done, so let's see what it looks like in full color. And here we have it. This is Alucard in the style of Pokemon. Well, this is one of my favorite drawings, and in terms of capturing the style, I think I did good. This is the one that I feel like captured Alucard in essence the least. But, you know, I think it was a pretty good job, so let's get on to the next piece. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Next up is Jojos. I had some fun with this one, and though it's not my favorite, I think it's the most accurate one to the style I was trying to replicate out of the bunch. Aside from the awkward collar, I really like this one. I specifically used JoJo's Part 3 anime for reference on this one, referencing JoJo for the face, Whole Horse for the hat, and Abdal for the color of the clothing. At first I tried to pose this one in a more ambitious, Araki style pose, but ended up scrapping it for a more simpler one as I just couldn't get the other one to work how I want. With this drawing pretty much finished, let's see what it looks like complete. And this is it. This is Alucard in the style of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This was really fun to work on, and without further ado, let's move on to the last piece. Studio Ghibli. The last style I'm tackling today will be Studio Ghibli. This one was rather intimidating one to tackle, Studio Ghibli being so fluid and soft for a character that was so harsh and rigid. Eventually, I think I cranked out something that was stylistically close to Studio Ghibli, but in essence of Alucard doesn't really hold up. That being said, drawing this was a lot of fun, taking reference from a couple different movies to get references for the face, hat, suit, and hair to try and mesh them all together. The glasses were a little hard to find if I remember, but I think they turned out okay. But I believe that's pretty much it. Let's get on to the final, finished piece. And there you have it. This is Alucard in the style of Studio Ghibli. I think the face is a little wonky, and the hat is a little small, but all in all, I think it turned out okay. That being said, I think that is it for Studio Ghibli. And I think that's it. That is Alucard from Hellsing in 9 different styles. I hope you all enjoyed. And please, tell me how you think I did in the comments below. If you'd like to check out more of my stuff, check out my Instagram where I'm most active. Link will be in the description below. Well, that'll about do it for this video. Hope you had a fun time watching, and I'll see you all later.